It's the last episode of April. Wow. Our theme of organizing and decluttering is coming to an end. What does that mean? Well, I guess start loading your stuff back in the cupboards and shelves haphazardly. Leave the wrappers on the coffee table. Save the dishes for tomorrow. This month is over, baby. You are listening to ADHD Big Brother, the podcast for adults struggling with their ADHD and their depression and anxiety and I'm your host, Russ Jones. I'm an ADHD coach, and I run the Platinum Award-winning community coaching of the same name, ADHD Big Brother. And I also have ADHD and depression. It's craptastic. Welcome aboard. Let's learn some stuff, laugh at some stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, here's some stuff. Welcome to the podcast. I hope you guys know I was joking about the intro. We did a lot of work this month decluttering. ADHDers can do it. We proved it. Write your science study, put it in the science journals. Our conclusive study of adults with ADHD getting our shit together is effective. So let's hang on to what we got. All right? Doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We've got each other, and that's all right for love. Hashtag Living on a Prayer lyrics, Bon Jovi. Here's a side note. I haven't heard that song in, forever. And yet the lyrics are stuck there in my head. I can't fucking remember what my son asked me to get at the grocery store. I think it was chocolate chips. I don't know. I'm not going to text him and ask him. I'm not going to look stupid. I'm going to be stupid. And I'm going to show up and he's going to say, "Oh, did you remember to get the toilet paper? Because I have to go to the bathroom." And I'm going to be like, I got chocolate chip for pancakes. Working memory. Oh, you working memory, you. Okay, so first of all, let's do the mental health update. Coming up on May, and that's Mental Health Awareness, but I like to consider myself outside the fray. We celebrate mental health awareness all day, every day at ADHD Big Brother. Every day is Mental Health's birthday here, so how are you going to celebrate? I'm going to celebrate by putting my insides on my outsides for you. Get ready. We're going to try to normalize conversation. I'm going to show you what my skull spaghetti tastes like. So everybody get a fork and let's have a bite. And you tell me what it tastes like to you. So you don't know if you don't like it until you've had 2 bites. Some of you might get a taste of joy, possible merriment, maybe hints of melancholy. I think it's mental healthy to try to normalize talking about our skull spaghetti, right? The good, the bad, and the weird, because it helps us to not feel alone. And feeling alone is the enemy of my kind of brain. And that's why community is such a big deal. So insert promo to the ADHD Big Brother community. Now with Retsin. Oh my, remember Certs? Wow, what happened to Certs? Remember they had Retsin? I'm pretty sure Seinfeld did a comedic bit about that. I'm dating myself big time, but most of you guys and in the community, you're my age. So you're getting all these references. But if you're 20 to 30, I mean, you think you got some Googling to do today. I'm going to look up Certs real quick, see what happened to them. That should be some good trivia. Okay. What happened to Certs? Okay. Certs breath mints were discontinued in 2018 due to the ban of partially hydrogenated oils. Ha ha! A key ingredient in their Retsin formula. Ooh, you guys. PHOs were linked to health risks and were banned by the FDA. Okay. Quick question, though. Do we even have an FDA anymore? Didn't we fire everybody? Well, here's how we're going to know. Okay, if you see Certs back on the shelves, keep your eyes peeled. Let me know. Heart disease might be back on the menu. I don't think heart disease is really left, but maybe we're going to ramp it back up. All right, well, how about this? So before I let that spiral me somewhere that I don't want to go, let me wrap up my mental health to tell you that my skull spaghetti, my mental health, it's currently fluctuating daily. So this past week has been like up and down internally. In any given day, depending on when you talk to me, I'm either having a great time, or I've got anxiety about the future, or maybe I'm feeling melancholy about things. It's pretty up and down. There's just so many issues to care about. And when you talk to people, like everybody has a big thing that drives them, an issue, something to be fixed. And when you're like an empath, when you're a heavy empathy person, you take on everybody's drama. It's like you embody their drama. You wear it. It's like a jacket. And so you read a thing about some people and you put on their jacket. And you talk to somebody and they tell you about their life and you put on their jacket. So then by the end of the day, I'm wearing a lot of jackets. It's hot and it's uncomfortable. And all I want to do is lay on the couch and play Minecraft with Alistair. Let those jackets peel off one by one. So that's my mental health for the week. Long story short, I played a lot of Minecraft in the evenings this week. Very proud of my Pale Oak Mansion with my Redstone item sorter, my automatic garbage can. To those of you who are in the ADHD Big Brother community, I will share some of those photos, unsolicited, of my build in Minecraft in the early release podcast section. You're welcome. I did follow some tutorials on roof structure, full disclosure. Speaking of the community, I want to share a post that our community member Matt G wrote in the Post Your Win section because it makes me so happy. It is a shining example of the purpose of ADHD Big Brother. And he gave me permission to share. Thank you. He writes, and I quote, "Since being here in ADHD Big Brother, no, I'm just joking. So what I try to do, Matt is a 700-year-old wizard. Just kidding. Okay, since being here in ADHD Big Brother, one of the significant shifts for me has been the time it takes to reset after a crash and the tone of the inner talk. Before it was more, I crashed again. Why are you the worst adult on the planet? How could you do this again? It's all over. Don't bother. And now it's more, I crashed again. Whoops. I wonder what happened. Oh, well, back to it then. That's brilliant. Imagine that. So there's a place where you're meant to experience that typical failure feeling. And then you get curious about it with your tribe of people. And then you get back to it. God, it's much better than trying to do a thing perfectly on our own, failing, reminding ourselves what a piece of shit we are, isolating for 3 months until we hit some sort of rock bottom urgency, or maybe a flicker of unreliable motivation occurs again, and then the cycle repeats. In a good community, what you can create you can create a platform, like a shame-free, judgment-free platform for people to troubleshoot collectively. It is brilliant. It's magnificent. And Matt, that comment summed it all up. So thanks, dude. Shout out to you, good sir. Also, this is a positive to my mental health. I've read over 100 pages of The Dragonbone Chair by Tad Williams. This is a book I'm recommending before completion. Highly recommend going to bed reading instead of scrolling on the phone. I also highly recommend placing your phone, your alarm, out of reach of your bed. Yeah. So you have to get out of bed to turn off the alarm. It's a hack for getting out of bed. A couple of ADHD tips for you there. Boom. All right. Mental health report done. Here's a question I have for the empaths though. What do you guys do to clear all that heavy energy? I'm interested. Send me an email, please. We win this game by amassing a collective of ideas. I could easily ask one of the AIs, but what do you do? Or what have you done? I would love some tried and trues that have worked. How do you peel your jackets? Let me know. So I wanted to give you guys my personal takeaways on this month of decluttering and organization. In the community, we had a few decluttering body double sessions. Huge shout out to Megs Crawford of organizing an ADHD big, I almost said big brain. ADHD big brain. Megs Crawford of organizing an ADHD brain, the podcast, and she's a delightful human being. She gave us an awesome workshop, and she came and did a declutter session with us. It was super cool. I decluttered a lot this month. We had a 30-day declutter challenge going on. I didn't follow it every day, but I did. I had it in front and center, and I made a decision about it every day, which that's a big deal for ADHDers. We can start a thing. We can start a big, exciting challenge thing, and then 2 days later, forget it even exists. So the workaround for that is keeping it in front of us. It's externalized where we can see it. And that gives us permission to forget because we're going to see it. It doesn't guarantee that we do the thing, but it makes it more likely. And that's what we're after. We're after more likelies in our lives. So I had it set up so I would see it every day. It was just a part of my daily accountability post. So I was going to see it every day. Done and done. So check this out. To tally the stuff that I got done this month, I went through my bookshelves, put together a donation pile. I went through my kitchen, cleaned out most of the cupboards and organized them, got rid of quite a bit of expired stuff, decluttered under the bathroom sink, threw out some more expired stuff, decluttered my car. I went through a tower of 4 large plastic bin drawers that were filled with paperwork, cards, and stuff, which are now completely empty. I went through my filing cabinet, created memory boxes for Noble and Alistair, culled my files. I went through a large pile of papers, decluttered a linen closet, and I decluttered and organized the pantry. And The sock drawer. Oh my God. I had quite a few socks. That is completed. That seems like a lot, and it was. If somebody rattled that list off to me, I'd be like, I don't have time for this stuff. I have a solopreneur job that requires 1,000 hours of effort a week. I'm a single dad. I've got errands to run. Where's my time? I don't have time for this. Most of this stuff was done while body doubling in our audio on body doubling room. It's just chipping away. Like I was hanging out with somebody. This is sort of my personal take on this, is that we're way less likely to do this work on our own. There's a lot of shame to feeling messy and disorganized. And because of time blindness, it all seems too big. So we're way less likely to admit that we're struggling to our immediate sphere, like perhaps for fear of judgment, or we'll clean up last minute when we have company coming over, or we'll chuck everything under the bed. We'll make it worse just so that it temporarily looks better. The external accountability of a shame-free body double, that's amazing. And you know what? Actually, when I wrote this, I was like, oh God, here we go. So I'm gonna declare a thing, and then I have to do it. Great. I'm going to do a webinar on accountability in May. That's how I'm gonna externalize accountability by mentioning it to you guys. So now I have to do it. I have not put a single word to paper about this, but I can talk about it all day long. So, I can do it. It's doable. If I doable the time toward it. So there you go. Russ Jones guarantee. I am going to do a webinar on accountability in May. Also, I'll create the event in the free section of our community so anybody can attend if you like. I'll put the link in the show notes. Some of my big takeaways this month on organizing is that just because I organize, it doesn't make me an organized person. Interesting. So many people have that fight, I'm sure of it, where we think we clean something and then it stays clean because now we're a different person or something. Like I'll clean a room and then magically everybody gives a shit about cleanliness. Oh, the room is clean. I'm going to start picking up after myself. That's not real. That's not real to me. I'll just say that. We're still the same person that we are. We just clean the room. And the idea that someone else will magically start giving a shit, that's seriously, there's no way. Here's the thing for me. I put all my shoes by the door because that's where the shoes go, you guys. That's a thing for me. That's my policy now. I've got a shoes by the door policy. And we're about 60% effective with that, myself included. I think my kids are actually better at it than me. But I've got 40 years of experience taking my shoes off wherever I'm at when I decide to take my shoes off. And then I'll lovingly kick them out of the walking path because I'm not a monster and I respect the foot traffic path. So the awareness was a gentle nudge towards things that I could do that aren't about decluttering or organizing, but they're preventative. Decluttering and organizing feels like a reset, right? Shit got out of control. I need to make a big effort to reset this place. But that doesn't fix anything except visually. I don't change because of it. Nobody else changes because of it. But slowly implementing new hopeful habits, like the habit of taking shoes off at the door, gentle nudges while being cool with ourselves. Going after these efforts without the reminder of what a hopeless asshole I am if I miss it. Perhaps that's the journey to making these resets become easier and quicker. So here's a case in point. So while I'm writing this, I chose to get up and I chose to see where I'm at with my shoes right now. Are they where they should be? By the front door. They are not. 4 pairs of shoes are. My hiking shoes, my comfy Converse, my brown and black dress shoes, they're by the door. Policy effective. 2 pairs were found not by the door. The walking shoes were just under my bed. Guarantee I took them off by my bed, and then out of respect for the foot traffic, I probably kicked them under the bed. And then my sandals, which I wear a lot, one was by the coffee table in the living room, and then the other one was on the coffee table. And I'm not sure how that happened. It's interesting. Normally, we might look at that as a complete failure. I mean, what kind of a dirty son of a bitch has a grimy sandal on their coffee table? Okay, well, not to brag, but 4 out of 6 are at the door. So let's not focus on the failure, gross and disturbing as it may be. Let us focus on the win here. And a reminder to wipe down the coffee table. I don't know how the hell I don't know how the hell I got on the coffee table, to be honest. So I like the insights that came this month. Some of the things that I've adopted and that have been sticking are like cleaning up after my breakfast stuff. I have an omelet every morning. It's very tasty, but there's dishes that are used and there's spices and oils and sprays and vitamins, my blood pressure medicine. And historically, I would eat the breakfast and then leave everything until later, like stuff on the counter. I'll get to it. No big deal. So I started putting everything away. All the spices and the oils and stuff, they're organized, the plates and dishes in the sink, maybe in the dishwasher. And then it's so much easier now to reset the kitchen. I love how doing challenges like decluttering and disorganizing, it reveals insights. Another insight that I got, which I'm well versed in at this point as an ADHD profesh, is, okay, I love how my room looks when I make the bed. Feels clean. Knowing that doesn't make me make my bed. I know enough about ADHD to know that positive things for future me are not done because of that. We're typically pretty jerky to future us. We give future us all the shit we don't want to do. Future us has easily gone to HR a number of times to complain about present moment us. Like he keeps piling up tasks that suck and he's never doing them himself. But, well, what if I created a challenge? The Make Your Bed Challenge. Oh my God. Now I think I have to do it. But if I make a challenge, then I make the bed because I want to win a game. I want to earn a badge. Maybe that sounds juvenile. Fuck it. Things are always serious and not fun. Is that our goal? But if I can gamify somehow, and because of that, future me gets a gift, that is the ADHD way. This is another side tangent I could freaking go on forever. But we think we have to be compelled by things that compel the normies. Like if it's important, I should be able to do it because I'm a grown adult. We're not compelled to action based on importance. That's a brain wiring thing. This fight that we have internally, trying so hard to be like a normie who can just suck it up and do important things. We can do important stuff, but we have to find our own unique way to do it. I love a good game. I love a good challenge. I love competing with myself, but with a group. So what compels you to do stuff? And then how can you use that to do the important things? All right, that's enough of the rambling. So guys, I'm super stoked for next month. The next month, May's theme is productivity. And productivity is so fascinating to me. I love reading about it. I love learning about it, trying shit out. So we got interviews with Dave Delaney of the ADHD Y Squirrels podcast. That's teed up. And I got to talk to Ari Tuckman about his new book coming out about productivity and ADHD. I am a huge fan of figuring out the doing of the work. If you aren't doing the work, we can turn that around. That's my specialty. That's my jam, man. You got some peanut butter? I'll put my jam on you. No, I won't. That's gross. Oh, God. That's disgusting. Sandwich metaphors, they never go the way you want. We don't need to let's not bring up who plays the part of the bread in this debaucherous sandwich scenario. Let's just, that's just my specialty, okay? So, but seriously, reach out. If I give everybody a free 30-minute Zoom call to shoot the shit about whatever you need, coaching, I'll coach you for 30 minutes for free. Won't solve everything, but we can certainly get you pointed in a direction, give you some resources. I will absolutely challenge you. I can't help myself. You want to learn about this community that I keep rambling on about every episode? I'll tell you all about it. How it's literally the most affordable way to get comprehensive ADHD coaching, community style. I'll tell you how it works if you want. When you book the call, it's going to ask you a couple of questions. What do you want to talk about? And one of them is whether or not you want to discuss coaching. So you can opt out of it. No pressure and no worries. And I don't have a $5,000 signature program to sell you. So you're lucky there, buddy boy. But if you want a free call, I'll listen, help you out if I can. Let's start there. And it's not one-sided either, man. I like meeting people. It's fun for me. I'm not an introvert. I don't think I've had a bad 30-minute call to date. They are always so much fun. For me, at least. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Hey, if you've had a free 30-minute call with me, can you leave a review in iTunes and let people know what to expect? I'll put the link in the show notes. That could be dangerous. Or could you imagine somebody has had a horrible 30-minute call, but they still listen to the show, so they heard this. They're like, he's a real piece of shit. I hate that guy. But his tips are decent and actionable. Oh, I hate him. God, oh, this is hard for me. Alrighty, guys. So let's finish putting away all the clutter. Let's get ready to do some to-dos. Productivity month starts real soon. Let's gear up, prepare your environment for productivity. Get out your bullet journal. I made a YouTube video on how I use my bullet journal, so I'll put that in the show notes as well. We'll get you teed up. And then join the ADHD Big Brother community, and let's get our shit together. We got this. All right. We're done here. Have yourselves a great week, and I will talk to you later.